Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more This is the Police 2, set into a new day.
Tell me, Victor, tell me honestly, are you a human being or a robot? Huh? Right? Or are you sure? Have you checked? Because it seems to me you have a set of programmed commands instead of brains in your head. Ever consider showing a little bit of flexibility? Just a little bit, huh? Ever consider that selling butter and selling gasoline isn't the same thing? Well, listen. Listen to me, Victor. Listen to me a second before your tiny electrical brains run out of batteries. When you sell him butter, you sell him a delicious breakfast. A person can live without a delicious breakfast. Yes, most people in this fucking town haven't even heard of a delicious breakfast. When you sell him butter, he's in a position to bargain. Because if he doesn't have butter, he'll smear his toast with clay, and by God, I swear he will eat it with no less pleasure. But when you sell him gasoline, Victor, when you sell him gasoline, you sell him his business. You sell him the entire meaning of his existence. Because, Victor, if he doesn't have gasoline, he'll have to shut down his gas station. And if he closes his gas station, he won't have butter or toast on the table. And in fact, he won't even have a fucking table. Because his creditors will take away his whole fucking house. And a man needs a fucking house so that he can have a place to put his fucking table. You got the logic, right? Now see if you can digest it with your fucking electrodes or whatever you usually think with, and call me back when you come to an agreement on the price. Ah, you're already here. I'm sorry, Jack. It's a busy time of year. I gotta sit by the phone all day. I can call you Jack, right? Why am I asking? I'm already calling you Jack. Let's sit down. We could go to the bar, by the way. I'm waiting for a call, but I could.
It's fine here.
You sure? Well, as you like. That's what I love about Sharpwood. Even if I forget to put the beer in the refrigerator, it'll still be cold. Here, you can help yourself. Doesn't look like beer, does it?
Well, what is it? The infamous smelly soup?
You should try it. Go on. Try it. Don't be squeamish. Half of Sharpwood eats that soup every day. No one's dead yet. Not from the soup, anyway.
Now I see. Now I see why you'd say that anyone who lives on this soup would try to get out of here.
Well, yes, but most of them stay. What do you think keeps them here?
Family? Friends?
Friends? But there's nothing easier than making friends. When did you arrive in Sharpwood? About 10 weeks ago? Or was it 8? And look, you're already surrounded by friends. No, it's not friends. It's the enemies. Ask anyone in the city. Ask a poor man. Ask a rich man. Of course, if you can find a rich man. They all have them. Every one of them has a neighbor they can't stand. Well, how can you leave Sharpwood and allow your enemy to go on without you? So he could plant a cherry tree in your backyard? So he, not you, could buy drugs on discount? So he could grab a nice plot of land in the cemetery? No one can allow this. The enemy must be exhausted if it takes you your whole life. With the enemy, you need to fight to the last. Once you have an enemy, you're doomed. You can't think straight. Old Sheriff Wells was doomed. He couldn't stand drug dealers. I myself don't care for them, but Wells didn't count them as people at all, despised them more than murderers and rapists, and as soon as those fucking neckties appeared in the city, he knew right away that they were his enemies. Enemies which he must overcome, you see? And even if by some miracle he succeeded, what next? What other enemies would he have invented? And the performance we arranged for him that night? He had no reason to believe that there were ties hiding in that house. But one phone call, from this phone here, by the way, and he rushes off into the night to God knows where. You know what happened next. He threw himself into a hail of bullets. Got 2 young cops killed, too, though they had absolutely nothing to do with it. Sheriff Wells invented his enemies, and he paid for them dearly.
So the policeman had to pay for doing police work.
What? Jack, come on. I know we need the police. Of course we need them. There was a case here recently, a month before you got here, maybe less. A fellow named Rocco, he was a butcher here. His old mother Bertha went missing, and Bertha had either Alzheimer's or old age dementia, or is it the same thing? Anyway, poor Bertha always forgot everything, couldn't even recognize Rocco half the time, and then suddenly she disappeared somewhere. So, what did our Rocco decide? Our Rocco decided that his mother was kidnapped by Eves Menke, another local butcher, his competitor, so to speak. No, just think, a man finds his mother missing, his old sick mother who can't remember her way to the toilet, and the first idea that comes into his head, his competitor kidnapped her. He watched too many movies, I guess. So what did Rocco do? Rocco picked up the hammer, went to Eves Menke's house, cracked open his skull, then broke his brother's skull, then broke his father's skull, then went down to their basement shouting, "Mom, I've come to save you!" And the basement was empty. Of course it's fucking empty. And there he is, standing there. Goes back home, covered in blood, hammer in hand, and his mother is there, sitting in her armchair, quietly knitting. Walked around in the woods all day, then came back home. Doesn't even remember a thing about it. Now Rocco will be in prison for the rest of his life. But if he just called the police, if the cops had combed the forest looking for poor Bertha, nothing would have happened. So of course we need the police. Never imagine, Jack, that I think the police is my enemy. I don't invent enemies for myself. I won't repeat the old sheriff's mistakes. Unlike the new sheriff.
What, you arranging a special performance for her too?
I could, of course, but what happens after that? Marino says that after Gail Greenberg's death, there's no first deputy in the department. So if the sheriff suddenly dies, anyone might take her place. And I do not need anyone. I need you.
I'm sorry?
You're working in the sheriff's department, unofficially, right? I think it's time to formalize your status. First deputy sheriff. It's a good start, huh?
Why would Lily formally appoint me as first deputy?
You're not listening to me at all, Jack. Lily invented an enemy for herself and will do anything if it means she can get even with her enemy. Believe me, run the ties out of Sharpwood and you'll get your post. She wouldn't think for a second.
I'm not sure she...
Just think, Jack, just think. The ties didn't just flood the city with drugs. Oh, no, that would not be enough. The ties killed her precious Sheriff Wells. Well, that's what she believes anyway. But would they stop at that? Oh, no. The ties killed Gail Greenberg. And was that enough? Not at all. Now the ties had also killed her champion, Captain Carter. As far as I know, Jack, you made sure poor Lily thought as much. You can be sure, Jack. Hatred for her enemy has all but blinded our sheriff. Like her predecessor, like her predecessor's predecessor. Consider this a Sharpwood tradition.
Suppose she agrees. Although I do not really believe she will, then I'll still need to deliver and take out these ties.
Is that a problem? I thought you were an experienced cop.
I don't even know where their headquarters are.
But I do. I learned a lot from our distinguished young student, Arthur Sherman. The scholar couldn't be held in isolation without books. He traded all the valuable secrets of the insidious neckties for the Viscount de Bragelonne. Can you imagine?
Even if I can.
Oh, that must be Victor. Don't worry, Jack. She'll agree. You'll see. She'll agree without hesitation. Call me when you made the deal. Just don't leave it too long. Here, little souvenir from Freeburg. Hello. What? Why does he need so much? It doesn't matter how much he's willing to pay.
Mayor Boyd is Freeburg's public enemy #1, and he will not escape punishment. Robespierre continuing to stab me in the back. Alright, what would I got? Fletcher didn't come in. Oh well, that's fine. Rosencrantz, I can't work today. I just can't. I don't want anybody else to be asking me about it. You or anyone else. It's personal. I'll just be staying home, okay? Yeah, okay. I don't want to piss you off. Fine. I've got loads of people in today, so I'm not that worried about a few who want to take their time off. Let's not sweat it too much. All right. Yeah, what do I assign? Sure. Let's do it. Right, so I think we're still missing one of the frames we're looking for here. So let's go for that. couple of things. Oh, yeah, a couple of things. So I want to look at the gang. How much are we going to get for breaking this gang? 55k, not bad. There's a long way to go till then, obviously. Interested in those right now. Mr. Nash, we're back from our honeymoon. Bridget Cropper? But before I get stuck in the kitchen again, I want to show off my photographs. We've travelled all across Europe. I've never seen such beauty my whole life. How did you get by without me? You didn't starve, I hope. Now, that's the cook bag. I thought she just wouldn't come back in, so I'm actually quite relieved. Mr. Nash, it's time to square up. Do you have $500? Yes, I do.
572 in progress.
Counterfeiting. A woman claims that she was given a counterfeit bill. I worked in the mint for 60 years, and I can tell by touch if the bill is a real thing or a cheap forgery. I mean, it's possible, I suppose. Tell you what, why doesn't Chapman go out with Horseman, Brandon? That's actually enough. Right, you guys go.
530 in progress.
Okay, I want to have a...
535 in progress.
Okay, let's have a look at this first. Reckless endangerment. A guard is forcing the prisoners to play Russian roulette. Ugh. Okay. That's not great. Alright. Hodge, we need 1,000. So let's send Titus, Guildenstern, Chalmicki, Jacob. We got this. An old woman reports that a wicked girl sprayed her with some kind of poisonous... That's going to be a false alarm. I'm not going to do that. It's going to be like, I don't know, hairspray or something, right? The body of the elderly Alan Cross has disappeared from the morgue. His funeral has been cancelled and the family of the deceased man is horrified. Probably Birch. Oh, no. Let me go check that out, Birch. Yeah, I wanted to go into these shops. See what the prices are doing on this stuff. She still doesn't have any taser cartridges, which is a bit annoying. I'm going to buy another baton. A couple of stun grenades. Oh, run out of those. Okay. Yeah, we're going to let that one time out, I think. I'm pretty sure that's a false alarm. Could be wrong. I don't think I am, though. An old woman simply had a freshly printed bill and it was mistaken in sounding the alarm. Yeah, I thought that one would be a false alarm, but you never know, do you? Okay, this is a big call. Yep, the hairdresser persuaded the woman to try a homemade facial mask made from tree bark. He started to irritate the old woman's face. They wiped the cream off. The woman vowed that someone would have to pay. So she's decided to waste police time.
539 in progress.
Firefight. A frightened elderly man called in a panic. My God, there's a real massacre going on at the station. The shots haven't let up for several minutes. This just screams false alarm, but... what if it's not? That's the problem, isn't it? It's not as easy as in the last game to tell when a call was not genuine. I guess we'll send those guys out. At least we have a lot of cops on duty. There we go. Midas Falcao, guilty of stealing a chicken. The bastard. Alright. Points in. Negotiation, I think. A bitch there. Volbag. Let's put point of stealth. French. Yeah, let's keep going on the stealth. Why not? Oh. Oh no, this is the prison one. Okay, it's not the station one. I was thinking of sending the sniper. There are two prisoners in the yard, one of them holding a revolver, and he's ready to spin the drum. Behind him, a drunken guard with a rifle is directing the action. Come on, Griggs, spin the drum. If you survive, you can walk right out of the prison gates as a free man, and if not, you'll be giving a free ticket to your friend. You ready? Yeah. Might get Jacob to do the order of the prisoner to throw down the revolver. The prisoner wanted to obey the cop, but the guard jabbed him with his rifle and barked, spin the drum or I'll shoot you in the head myself. Stun grenade, I think. Who's got one? It's actually Jacob does have one. So let's do that.
535 complete.
Oh, okay. The stun grenade disabled the prison guard, who became easy prey for the police. The prisoner with the revolver reflexively pulled the trigger when he was struck with the explosion and shot himself in the head. Oh, okay, well, you can't win them all. What's this? Melvin Stanfill, Astrid E. Johnson's high school.
Mr. Nash, I'm very much in love with Laura. She's just the funniest person in the world, and I want to do something special when I propose. It won't be easy to surprise her, but I've thought this through. Laura works with children and do incredible things every day. Can you lend me a uniform and another cop to do the driving along with a stun grenade? We'll wait until Laura's alone in her office, and then we'll throw in the grenade for the big wow effect, and then burst in. Bam, bam, bam. You're accused of stealing my heart. As she comes to her senses, she'll see me in front of her on one knee holding a ring. I spent all the money I had on the ring. You should see this diamond, but I can offer you all I have left. A brand new VCR and some beer to put on top of it. You up for this?
No. That sounds like a
564
terrible
in
idea.
progress.
A terrible stench has flooded the streets. Local residents are convinced that someone's cooking up narcotics in one of the houses. I mean, it's possible, isn't it? Let's do those, and then I need about 500. Send ball bag. Yeah. False alarm, was it? Yeah, I mean, it pretty much obviously was, but there's always a chance that it wasn't. There was no shooting at the railway station. The old man was frightened by the firecrackers the school children were playing with. God, this is the day of false alarms. No one was cooking drugs. The terrible stench was from Mr. Tart's house. He decided to try an overseas recipe involving oranges fried in beer sauce. That's been mentioned before by one of the
526
cops.
in progress.
We're going to have to wait for that. Okay, we've got a few people back, actually. There's a widow in hysterics reports there's a woman in a red cloak at the cemetery who is somehow making the crows cry and hungrily attack the grievers. That's weird, but there is a lot of weird Twin Peaksy type stuff happening in this town, so I'm not going to assume it's a false alarm. I'll send those guys. Ooh, okay, we have trouble at the Gama funeral home. The funeral of the crime boss Janis Kokinos ended in another death. According to the funeral home owner, the newly deceased is named Tony. It seems that this young man, instead of saying a few polite words about the deceased, instead condemned the traditional ritual of the family, putting an offering in the coffin. The guy was quickly silenced. An elderly man shouted that Janis was rolling in his coffin, snatched a gun and shot Tony. Mayhem ensued, during which time it became clear that the valuable offering had disappeared from the coffin. Now the funeral guests were dispersed throughout the office in a mad search for it. Okay, so what? Interesting. Okay. We'll send a sniper. So Hodges didn't have a baton anyway. I'd like everyone to have a baton, I think. Yeah, you guys. Oh, you guys. Yeah. Let's go out and do that then, I guess.
518 in progress.
Let's quickly check on this. Mr. Roger Linnington's gas station. A homeless woman, trying to keep warm, climbed into the cab of a truck. However, the cab was just as cold as the street outside, so she took a gasoline can, doused the streets with fuel, and set them on fire. As you do. Okay, let's fill this up from the lower orders, shall we? Horsemen won't go because it's night, but Chapman should. Cops arrived at the crime scene. Let's have a look. Tony's girlfriend. Don't have cocaine. Gravedigger. I do have diapers. Okay, so let's do these. So we've got Caleb Venus, the gravedigger. Let's give him his diapers. The owner of the funeral home owed me money for 2 jobs I did last week. The owner said he'd bring me the money along with another undergrounder. That's what he calls the corpses. Anyway, I got tired of waiting and decided to visit him myself. I was about to go in through the front door as always, when I saw through the glass of some gloomy guy carrying a gun. Well, I knew it was better to leave these kind of guys alone and let them do their thing. The type had come by a few times before. So I went to the garden where I could wait until they were finished in there. I walked around the building almost to the back door when I came across another guy with a gun. Maybe he was patrolling. Anyway, he told me to get lost. I went through the garden, and along the way I saw a couple of other guys with guns. Who were they burying that needed that kind of protection? The Pope? Okay, so he's given us some patrol routes then. What was the skull? By the front door? I think he's saying guy with gun. But we've got some guys on patrol here. What was the thing with the tree? I'm not sure. But we think we got some patrol routes around the side. Okay, what about the cook? These thugs are from some great Greek criminal family named the Kokinos. I don't know how they ended up in our town. All I know is that they left their homeland either fleeing from the law or from some rival family. Anyway, the head of the family died and there was some kind of fuss at the wake. Seems like someone stole something right out of the coffin. Crazy things people do, right? They're obviously not from around here though. Nothing is sacred with those people. And in the end, instead of remembering the deceased, they'd run through the office looking inside every box. Searched for something one of them stole, but they didn't find anything. Now they're wandering around the office like they're lost. I don't even know what they think they're still doing. Okay, just people wandering around. I mean, I don't know quite what we're going to be required to do here. I guess I'll go with the usual things, though. Will there be traps? I don't know that there will be traps, so I probably won't go with that, but we'll go lockpicking, move further, see further. Maybe high climbing, because I don't have too many people that can do that. Lockpicking, see further, run further. Knock them out for longer. Run further, see further. I'm going to do the knockout for longer thing as well if I can see it. Which one is it? Sure. Lockpicking. Yeah. Lockpicking, see further. Punch harder. Through climbing. Run further. Climb, I suppose. Hit harder. I might save up the actions one. And if someone has this awareness one, we can only use it once in the mission, obviously. So as long as one guy's got it. I might just take the traps one as well. You never know. Okay, the funeral home. Interesting. I don't remember this one at all. Neutralize all suspects. And the thing is, they're mainly people who've just come for a funeral. I know they're in a crime family, but we want to be taking these guys down, like, peacefully, surely. So I think we've got some patrol stuff going on around here. There seems to be this people just wandering around all over the place. I think, again, we'll avoid the front door, but we'll sort of pincer off to take on the two sides, I think. So let's just come up here to begin with. Can't see anyone.
Roger.
Let's come up here behind this rock. All right, light. So we'll kind of come around this way.
Roger.
Not on a time limit for this one, so I think we can afford to just, you know, maybe take things a bit more slowly, a bit more carefully. He says, pushing them as far as they'll go.
We have visual.
There we go. We got one guy. All right. Send two more going off this side. Now that actually doesn't look like cover, but I'll send them up there anyway. Maybe go all the way around there, but I think we want to go, probably want to go through the garden. Don't necessarily want to be standing in that light though. Age, you can climb up over this stuff, right? Oh, actually you can't go up here at all. That's completely just blocked off. Okay. Well, I'm going to go here, and then I can
We have visual.
run to cover if necessary, which kind of is. So let's go there. Now we don't want to end up standing in the lights, so I think that Obviously, it depends what this guy does. I think the plan indicated he's just going to walk around the tree, so I think we'll be okay. Who else do we have around here? Potts. Potts a bit of a regular on these call-outs. So he wandered up there, didn't he? I think it's a similar kind of deal. I think we just take it fairly easy. Try to avoid standing in the lights at the end of a turn.
Roger. Roger.
Okay, I kind of want to get eyes on him, so I might bring him around here.
580.
I think he's going to go in a circle, but let's kind of go at him from both angles. Potts.
We have a visual.
This is a bit trickier. So what, come here to begin with, and just see if there's any more in there. There's one guy there, okay. I'm gonna pop in there, I think. All right, he's got one left. I think we just turn end. Is he going to see him? No. Good. Perfect. Okay, done okay there, I think. Right, well, we can just bop on head. And then maybe sort of push up to the next one. Kind of get ready to go in there next time, I think. Where is he? He's there. He went around that way, didn't he? Maybe I'll just come here. Let's arrest this dude.
On the ground.
So we've got one guy sort of going back and forth here. Unsure what this guy's going to do, but okay, so Aliyev, have you got the... Yes, you should be able to knock him out for more than 2 turns.
Roger.
How much do you actually get? 1, 2, 3 turns. Okay, well that gives us a bit more breathing space, doesn't it? Ooh, got some contraband. You know what? If we've got one guy up there, we might as well have 2. All right, well, I think we bop on head. I think we're gonna
Get on the ground.
bagged and tagged. Up a little bit further. Okay, well she can... I stunned him, didn't I? So Potts can come up a bit further. So let's... Did I stun you? No, you're not stunned yet, are you? So let's do it from this angle so I can see in the building.
We have visual.
He's looking right at me.
Roger.
You probably didn't see anything. Probably.
On the ground.
Let's hope that's fine. Yeah, so with Wallbag, I wanted to kind of take point on this because there might be traps in the maze. And he's the one with the trap vision. He didn't see anything. To be fair, it is nighttime in a snowstorm, so you know. Plus, he's probably just really unobservant.
On the ground.
Wallbag, you take point getting through this maze, I think. Just see what's around this corner.
We have visual.
Ah. Okay, we might be a bit screwed. We'll see. We'll have to see. Bit worried about traps.
We have visual.
Okay. Let's bring Potts all the way up in support. This guy, where... Okay, that's open to there. Thinking we can go in and bop on head. There'll probably be someone in here. Let's take the chance.
We have visual.
Oh, there's two. It could get mucky. It could get messy. He's staying put. No, 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 no. Yeah, they didn't see anything. Okay, so yeah, so let's run in with Wallbag. Let's bag him and tag him with Potts.
On the ground.
And let's get ready to rumble. No, let's get aged up there. There we go. Now this is a situation, isn't it? Ah, he's got 2 turns on his. That's actually ideal.
Roger.
So let's do a couple more bops on head. Get to arresting. I think I might just grab this package here.
Roger.
And that's why that feat is rather nice. Okay, so tell you what, Wallbag. I think at this point I want to use the see where everyone is tool.
595.
Now that we've breached the building. One there, one in the hall, two in the hall, one there. It's not bad actually. We've cleared most of it, I think. Let's kind of push up here. Just want to make sure there's no traps. Age, you kind of get ready to breach. I think honestly, he's going to just start walking back to the patrol car.
Roger.
Yeah, Pots, take out the other side of the door. Right, so let's... He's only got one turn left, so we want to make sure we do tag this guy. Bag him and tag him this turn. There we
Get
go.
on the ground.
Let's actually just move there and do this guy. Didn't really matter. I kind of wanted him on either side of those. Cool. It's good. I mean, famous last words, but it feels like it's going relatively well so far. Shit, is he coming all the way out? Wow, wasn't expecting that. Well, this is a rather easy situation, isn't it? Pop on head. Tag him. Everton tagged. Now, can she get to him? No, but what equipment has she got? She does have a taser. I think we could probably get here and tase this dude. Let's do it. Okay, we continue to
Roger.
take the loot, take the swag back to the wagon. Yeah, tell you what, I kind of want eyes on the corridor.
Roger. We have visual.
Okay. So if you just come here and get this guy in the old bracelets.
Get on the ground.
Does either one of these have a stun grenade? Climsy, do you have a stun grenade by any chance? No, Pepper. What was Light got? There's a taser, but I don't think there's two guys there. I mean, I don't think they'll see us. So I think we should be all right there. We've got Wool Bag with movement still. So yeah, let's bring him in. The body there. And I think that's it for now. I think those two guys in the hallway, I think they just go back and forth. Okay, aged. Let's bring you in. Where's the Scott, I say miles away. Okay.
On the ground.
Okay, I'm thinking. Wait for these guys to come back down this way again, and then we'll kind of ambush them in one maneuver. So we don't have something. A stun grenade would be good, but I don't have one. So, and even Woolbag as well. We can sort of bring him up. Yeah, I was going to say I think that guy was the one who was in here. So I think we got one guy in here and these two, and I think that's it. So yeah, not too bad. Let's end the turn. I don't think there's any sort of other loots to pick up, is there? Unless there's something in here. There might be. Isn't anything in here? Yeah. So let's just keep bringing him in. Looking pretty good. I think we'll probably wait maybe 2 more turns as they move up the corridor back towards us. Assuming that's what they do.
Roger.
Don't know really. Just we're just playing a bit of a waiting game now. There he goes, Ned, is he? It might be the same guy. Well, there might be another one in there. I'm not sure. It looked like there was one in there and 2 in the hallway when I checked. So, Okay, well, let's try it like this. Oh.
Roger.
And we're gonna cuff.
On the ground.
We're going to drop off the goods. Moving back might be needed, probably isn't. You never know. And then what do I think we're going to try? I'm going to try carrying the guy so he's out the hallway. Can I do that? Yeah, no. Okay, so I may just move him up. Yeah, maybe we could do the same here as well, just in case that guy pops out and we need to respond to it. It's either 1 or 2 left in that room now. Here he comes. He didn't look. Woohoo! Okay, that's good for us. Right. This is how we're going to do it. I'm going to go there and then bop on head from... Actually, I can do it from here, and then I can see in the room too.
580.
Yeah, there's still a guy there. So let's just... Bish bosh. Okay, so we can't get all the way up this time. So let's just position. Oh, I don't know why I went with him. I forgot I had 2 here. Irish stew in the name of the law.
On the ground.
Yeah, we'll just move them up. I think we just need this one guy, and then it's all done. Well, since I did it all on the first try. You might see us through the door. Nah. Not paying attention. Maybe we just pull the cop back. Or bring her into the room.
580.
Don't really want to waste a pepper spray or anything if we don't need to. I mean, all he's going to see is that guy. Even if he raises the alarm, there's no one to raise the alarm to because he's the last one. Yeah. Mr. Observant of the Year. You get the flower pots to the face. Oh.
Roger.
Now, I don't believe there's any other contraband to grab. I don't remember seeing any, so I think we just... Probably wait till next turn now, because no one can get there in one turn anyway. pots of the honor. Take him down. Hook him, Dano. Hurrah. "13 arrests, no killed." Perfect. Ooh, got some jewellery as well. Oh, and some gold bars. Very nice. Okay. It was strength. Yeah. Clumsy. Let's make you a top negotiator. Light. Give me a bit of stealth as well, actually. Wool bag. Let's keep you going. Oh, nearly clicked the wrong thing. Let's keep you going with the stealth. There we go. Lovely stuff. Let's have a look at this. So, yeah, that's the one we're missing, isn't it? So which one? Yeah, she didn't hit him. She smashed up the bottles. There we go. We're looking for Beatrice Savatier, member of the Spinach Berserks gang. She wrecked the liquor store under orders from the gang. Yeah, seems right. So let's have a look at what we're looking for. Started working at the pig slaughterhouse. I mean, it's possible. Where do we send? Meridian. Horsemoon won't go. Spurlock won't go with Meridian. Belmont. Woolbag. Light. And we'll go. A homeless woman carrying a gasoline can is walking quickly down the road. Behind her there's a truck on fire. We're not going to run her down, but we'll pull in front of her perhaps. I'll tell you what, Chapman, why don't you do that?
518 complete.
Oh! She throws... What? Okay, the patrol car blocks the woman's way. She throws the gas can at the windshield and it goes right through the glass and smashes into his head. And then she manages to escape. Okay, you guys fucked that up. Since my childhood, I've always been very organised and do everything perfectly. I just go crazy when something goes wrong. Today is that kind of day. My last call ended in a complete mess and I let the guys down. I need to go home. Yeah, okay, so he's cried off work. But it's the end of it. It's almost midnight, so I think that's probably fine. Yeah, some Spurlock, Flimsy, flower pots. The crows were just circling over a fresh, badly buried grave. Nobody except the elderly widower saw a woman in a red cloak. Yeah, I mean, it had the whiff of a false alarm, that one.
519 in progress.
What we got here? Some teenagers have gathered at the park and are yelling aggressively at each other. Okay, tell you what, why don't we send Old Man to go and shout at the teenagers, along with Jacob and Shell Mickey. That's not enough, so we'll send Alio as well. Will you guys go off? Yeah, should we have Chapman killed? No. He's only out for a day. He wouldn't be working tomorrow anyway. Okay, so the mystery of the missing corpse. Let's have a look. So we've got the body of the elderly Alan Cross has disappeared from the morgue. His funeral has been cancelled and the family of the deceased man is horrified. So we're looking for a waitress or a fraudster. Or a troublemaker. We've got 3 potential explanations this time. Let's have a look. Door. The morgue's door showed no signs of forced entry, but it was unlocked when the pathologist came to work. Okay, probably someone with a key. A gurney was found at their entrance to the morgue. A tag with the name Alan Cross was still on it. An open bundle of plasticine was discovered in an urn near the morgue entrance, still almost full. Oh, maybe someone made a key. Like an imprint. Manuel Miles, pathologist. Alan Cross's body was nothing but trouble. First, one lady came all angry that we couldn't give her the body of her lover. But how could I give it to her if she didn't have any paperwork? She yelled at me for an hour. I was so nervous I couldn't find my keys. It turned out they fell under the table. The next day, another lady came in with forged documents pretending to be Mrs. Alan Cross. But even I can see when someone's handing me a cheap fake. Like she bought it from a service station. It was strange, though. This girl could easily have afforded a better quality forgery. Then literally an hour later, another one came. But I knew this blonde. It was Vicky, a waitress at Apollo's Toes. She comes in, drunk as a cat in heat, sobbing, said that Alan was the love of her life. I had to take her home because she doesn't have a car, and if she went to the bus stop, she'd just lay down and freeze to death. I'm afraid one of these ladies climbed in through the window, which I forgot to lock up when I left. Climbed in and stole the lover's precious corpse. Wow, okay, 3 suspects, huh? Brooke Cross, widow. I knew my husband had a woman on the side. I don't care. I'm not 17 anymore, and I know full well that's just man's nature. That's how we stayed married for 42 years. But when Alan died, some drunken whore came to my house and said that she would be the one to dispose of my husband's body because he supposedly asked her to spread his ashes in the forest. Ha! Alan couldn't stand the forest. One time we went camping with the children, and by morning his whole body was covered with mosquito bites. So I told the whore I'd call the police, and she left me alone. But it looks like she found another way to get what she wanted. Steal a father's body from his children. Can a person stoop so low? Alright, what have we got? Waitress drinks a bottle of whiskey. In the back of the pickup. Okay, not a lot of details there. Nothing on the fraudster. Troublemaker rolls out on a gurney. Well, we know a gurney was used. So, I mean, it could be any of them at this point. It's very difficult to say until we know more. I'll probably put a few cops on that tomorrow. Anyway, we should be able to catch this guy. It's just a question of which cops are going to get the credit for it. Oh, right, the good cops did. I was hoping some of the weaker ones might do it, but no. Clumsy. Okay. Yeah, let's keep going on your intelligence, shall we, Clumsy? Right. Beatrice, let's interrogate you. How did you put on so much muscle? Did the spinach really help? Spinach is the most useful food in the world. It has tons of iron, which really helps to gain muscle mass. Now, I've heard that that's actually not true. Like back in the day when they were sort of writing, like when they were writing an encyclopedia of like nutrients or whatever the hell it was, I don't really know. Apparently they made a mistake when they were doing the spinach one and like recorded it as having like 10 times the amount of iron it should have, and actually people have just believed that ever since then. But it's not, supposedly it's not actually true. But, you know, what do I know? If everyone traded in their beer bottles for cans of spinach, we'd live in a beautiful blooming city. I understand what you're saying, but why did you decide to break all the liquor bottles? Those idiots, they just won't listen. I tried to talk to them like I'm trying to talk to you right now. Talk right now with you. We were just sitting there nodding. I don't want to waste any more time on you. Okay, do we... Oh. Okay, so we're going to have to go to slightly different methods then. Yeah, let's look at her medical dossier and try and divulge what might help here. At the age of 7, she fell from the roof of her grandmother's village house into a barrel of water. She was stunned with fright, swallowed a lot of water and nearly drowned. At the age of 15, she grew tired of her stepfather's hand up her skirt and pressed his hand onto a hot stove and didn't let go until he lost consciousness from the shock. The girl herself also received a burn, but refused medical attention, so she's probably quite resistant to burn-type stuff. At the age of 26, she gave birth to healthy twins without complications, so she's got a high pain threshold. But obviously water holds a lot of concern for her. Now, so the dead house, it was just locking in the morgue thing, wasn't it, and the tools. The slaughterhouse had the barrel of shit. I don't know what the old church has. Let's buy it. Oh, it's this stuff. Oh, no, this is rubbish. We'll just stop. I'm going to go to the pig slaughterhouse then, and we'll just stick her in that barrel. Yeah. Yeah, she don't like that. I don't know anyone who would like it, but that'll break her will before her health, so... Enough. I'll tell you anything. I'm sure you will. Unknown persons attacked a cargo truck carrying cartons of cigarettes and destroyed the cargo. Okay. Well, we've got Birch, who's one of our investigators, so send him off. It's the day that would never end. Oh god, still going. Some teens are standing in a circle. In the centre there's a white girl aggressively rapping in the face of a pumped up guy in a cap. Looks like he's got a gun stuck in the back of his belt, though. Should we listen? Let's listen. Age. The girl freestyles. I'll stomp out your cig when you're bumming a light. Ride you like your daddy on prom night. What's the matter, Jock? Is the cap too tight? The guy in the cap can't stand it and pulls out his gun and points it at the girl's head. Yeah, let's go in with the negotiation then. I'll go with Jacob.
519.
Go with the gun obeyed and surrendered. In this rap battle, the police had the knockout punch. There we go. All right. Okay, so yeah, we already got her though, so that's fine. Just gotta wait for everyone to make it back. Have a look. I've just gone through an investigation one. I'll do that tomorrow, I think. Probably in the next episode now. And that should be that. Let's end the day. Ooh, very nice. $153, not bad. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, we lost a few, but I think it's probably fine. Either of those guys would probably be all right. Let's have a. Oh, we got 3 batons as well. Yeah, tell you what, do that because they're quite expensive, and I want. Ideally, everyone would have one. I'm going to take both these guys as well. I think Yarbrot comes with a shocker. Lozechka comes with a taser and a cartridge. That's pretty good. So well, which one? Let's go with the higher one first. He's up to 546, but obviously I can afford that as well. So we shall. And we move on. All right. Hodges. Give those guys a bit of time off. We'll take Rosenkrantz, Stockman, Masuka, Marshall, Fletcher, Maguire, Madinata, Belmont, Rockman, Aronovich, Spurlock, Brady, Dimas, Horsemoon, French, Lozechka, Galahad, Yarbrot, Guildenstern, Penkin, Titus, Springer, Percy, Valentin. We've got 25 cops on duty. Seems like enough, doesn't it? And we're straight into the shift. So we'll leave it there for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you have. I enjoyed that tactical mission. That was quite a fun one. And getting it right on the first attempt always feels pretty good. Let me know your thoughts anyway. And if you've enjoyed the episode as well, if you could hit that like button, that'd be ideal. Amazing for me. It really helps the channel get noticed. And a big thank you as well to our channel members, as always, for supporting Boring Dead Gaming. And if anyone else is interested in checking out those memberships and gaining earlier access to my videos, that would be amazing as well. But thanks very much, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye for now.